last week, tanks rolled and troops marched at a Japanese military base in the latest display in what analysts say is a campaign by Tokyo to increase the profile of its self-defense forces. Presiding over the display involving 4,000 troops, dozens of pieces armor and warplanes, including its newest F-35 stealth fighters, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe touted Japan's defense relationships extending as far as Europe. Japan's military has been making its presence known thousands of miles from its home islands this year in what analysts say is intended to send a clear signal to China. In just the past 2 months, a naval force of 3 ships, including the 27,000-ton helicopter destroyer JS Kaga, has been on 2 months of exercises and port visits as far away as the Indian Ocean. Among the exercises was an anti-submarine warfare drill in the South China Sea that included one of Tokyo's submarines. It was the first time Japan has acknowledged using a submarine in a drill in the contested sea. That submarine then made a port call in Vietnam, which has its own claims in the South China Sea and has developed warming military ties with the U.S. Meanwhile, Japan's ships on the naval deployment included visits to India, Sri Lanka, Singapore and the Philippines, as well as drills with a British frigate in the Indian Ocean. And earlier this month, Japanese amphibious vehicles operated on foreign soil for the first time since World War II, when they participated in joint exercises with U.S. and Philippine troops, landing on the island of Luzon from the South China Sea. The U.S., with almost 50,000 troops in Japan, has been the anchor of Tokyo's defense since the end of World War II. Japan's post-war constitution limits its military to defensive actions only, with Article 9 explicitly stating that land, sea and air forces, as well as other war potential, will never be maintained. But those restrictions have become increasingly murky as Tokyo maintains what by some estimations is the world's 5th most powerful military, and one that faces challenges from arms buildups from longtime adversaries North Korea and China. In light of such challenges, Abe has set a goal of 2020 to amend the constitution to recognize the country's armed forces. A Japanese defense white paper in August highlighted the concerns over China in the changing security environment. China's rapid modernization of the People's Liberation Army, enhancement of operational capabilities, and unilateral escalation of activities in areas close to Japan are generating strong security concerns in the region and international community, including Japan, the paper said. And on Saturday, Japan's Air Self-Defense Force said the number of times it had to scramble fighter jets to respond to Chinese military planes increased 20% in the first 6 months of the current fiscal year compared to the same period a year earlier. The notion of counterbalancing the rise of Chinese military buildup is paramount, say analysts. The Defense White Paper from August said Japanese forces had conducted 66 publicly announced military exercises with foreign troops between April 2015 and June 2018. That's up from 53 for the previous 3-year period.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you like the channel and want to support, please support on Patreon or PayPal. The details are given below in the description.